trying to better the body.
Right, and I've got
day.
my Reese's Pieces and my Diet Sun Drop, so I am fully prepared for this conversation today.
We don't play dumb around here.
We do not.
We try to have direct and honest conversations, and some of them are hard because life is real, right?
Yes.
We get to have a good time here. We get to talk on a microphone, and we get to do a lot of things, but we get to share stories, and excited today to have Jordan here from Wildflower, Fertility, and Nutrition to share her story, formerly JL Nutrition.
Yes.
But now, Wildflower, Fertility, and Nutrition.
And she was also one of the speakers at our Lake Norman Woman Wellness
Yes.
event. Yeah, so thrilled to have you back with us.
Yeah,
and
excited
thanks
to
for
be
joining
here.
us today.
Thanks for being here. Okay, so for those who may not know who you are, nutrition is a kind of big conversation, a big topic.
Mm-hmm.
What's important to you about nutrition? What makes nutrition important to you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's everything. Nutrition is the epicenter of everything. If you didn't have to do anything, like we don't necessarily have to exercise. We don't necessarily have to, well, you should get good sleep, but it doesn't always happen. But you have to eat, right? Like we can't get around like not eating every day. So what you put in your body is how you nourish your body and how you kind of, I don't want to say show up in the world, but like if you have better nutrition, you're going to have, for women specifically, better hormones, better energy, and just overall better habits, I guess you could say. And so for me, when it comes to nutrition for fertility specifically, it was one of those things that was within my control when we had our infertility struggles.
And so fertility tying to nutrition, at what point did you decide to explore kind of that personal side with like mixing it with like, hey, this is also potentially a business? Give us that origin story, if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. So we decided to start our family in 2020. I was on birth control. I had an IUD at the time, and we got it out. And my friends were like, "Don't expect it to happen right away." It did,
Right away.
right away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was not a healthy pregnancy. It was what was called a blighted ovum, and we were devastated. I mean, no one talks about pregnancy loss. No one talks about miscarriage, and it's very isolating. So we waited a little bit, tried a second time. Again, ended in a loss. Not really sure why on that one. Fast forward to the third pregnancy loss, and this all happened within a year. So it was a very challenging year. But the third one,
I'm so sorry for that too. I mean,
Oh,
my
thank
gosh,
you.
it must have been in that moment. You know, I couldn't imagine, but it must have been.
you know, it's hard to believe that this might sound super dramatic, survived that time.
No, but really as a couple too, not just the physical toll on your body, right? But the emotional toll on you as a couple too.
Yeah, for sure. And it was so frustrating because every test that we did was normal. You're fine. Nothing's wrong with you. And not that I'm like wanting something to be wrong with me, but it would definitely give a lot of answers to some really frustrating questions. And we didn't get that. So after the third loss, there was a chromosomal abnormality. So the body was doing kind of what we expect it to do in that case, which is to terminate the pregnancy. But you get labeled with recurrent pregnancy loss and unexplained infertility. And so after that third loss, we weren't totally ready to do IVF, but we said, let's just explore it and kind of see what our options are, but we don't have to act on anything. One fertility clinic told me that donor eggs were our only option of a healthy pregnancy. And another clinic gave us a bunch of background on diet and lifestyle, holistic remedies. And we were like bought into that. I don't tell people like my doctors is like what I do because I want to hear perspective first before I'm like, well, this is what I do and I do know how to do this and yada, yada. So one of the clinics, my blood work came back as pre-diabetic and they immediately wanted to prescribe metformin, which is a diabetes medication, which if you know anything about diabetes, it's very controlled by diet and lifestyle. And I was like, yeah, there's like a big mismatch here and I don't understand why. And, that's kind of when I set out to be like, to kind of take back control of my own fertility. So we did a lot of different things, acupuncture, prenatal chiropractic. I I did a lot of my own research in this. And like, I am a dietitian, so I do have that experience and that background. And I was able to look kind of within of what's going to help improve egg quality, what's going to help improve my own, cycle in order to get pregnant, but more so stay pregnant. And it was kind of a culmination of all of these things, as well as me just sharing my story on Instagram, like without any intention of doing what I do now. I was able to help close that gap. And every time I share, I'm not getting a huge response, but all I'm looking for is that single response, knowing that I've helped somebody.
Yeah, that one person that you can help, right? Kind of change the trajectory of their life. There's so much conflicting health advice online right now. Like, everybody has something for something: a pill, a drink, stand on your head upside down and wiggle your fingers. What's one nutrition myth that you wish that women, especially women who are trying to conceive, would stop believing?
Absolutely. I mean, don't even get me started on this inverted food pyramid. But with that being said, two things. Women need to eat. Okay. A lot of women, I would love for women to see like how capable and strong they are when they nurse their bodies. Like, we don't just necessarily want to chase skinny. We want to chase strong, right? So eating and nourishing your body to the fullest extent is going to be the best thing. And if you don't know where to start, like, that is really where a dietitian can come and into play and help. Because the myth, if you want to lose weight, what is it? Eat less, move more. And that could be so much farther from the truth of like what is helpful. And so one thing that I did want to bring up is Dr. Stacy Sims is a exercise physiologist. She really focuses in on women's health specifically. She has 2 books out. Can't remember the names of them, but she is great. And she really myth busted intermittent fasting, especially when it comes to women. So fasted training specifically for, the active woman is going to, we were talking earlier about stress and cortisol. So fasted training for women specifically is going to create and elevate that stress response, which if stress is high, then cortisol is going to stay high. We're going to have a harder time losing weight. Our body's going to hold on to that. And that is so much different for men. So for women specifically, like, eat something in the morning and fuel your body to feel your best.
Jordan, so you were going through the cycles. Your body's going through these cycles. You're looking for answers. You feel like you're going through the cycles with different clinics and things like that. And at this point in the story, you've decided that you were going to, do your own thing with Wildflower, fertility, and nutrition. Bring us forward from those, getting those answers. Has anything improved since you've made and kind of gone down this path more of focusing on purely the nutrition side along the way? Has anything catch us up from that point forward?
Yeah, I totally just glazed over the best part of the story.
Yes, I know. Sorry, we skipped right past it.
Oh my gosh. I have 2 beautiful, healthy girls.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So we have a nearly 3.5-year-old and almost 2-year-old. Conceived naturally. And again, it's just kind of one of those things where nutrition, you kind of have to have a little faith and a little trust in your body that what you are feeding yourself is going to make those positive changes within, because I can't just be like, oh, hey, let me check my egg quality today.
Right.
So those things naturally improve over time. But yeah, we do have 2 healthy girls. I cried at every single ultrasound appointment. And the ultrasound tech looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, I've never made it this far in a pregnancy. Like, all of my pregnancies have ended 8 weeks or before. I think I cried at every single ultrasound, honestly.
Time keeps moving, and there's tragedies in life. But look, you keep moving forward, you keep doing things, and look, you never know what can be created from it. And the opportunity now that you're helping pass along to other women, potentially other people in general, have questions. A lot of people have questions about nutrition these days.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. We got a little bit of time left. If you're juggling careers, let's say you already have one child, you're trying to conceive another, you're eating the mac and cheese that's left on the plate. What's one quick way that we can help moms stay balanced nutritionally?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great question. So there are a lot of different products out there. I love recommending like a bagged salad. Like, that is super easy. If you're already making chicken nuggets for the kids, toss your chicken nuggets on the salad. Kevin's Natural Foods, they have a lot of really great products as well. So it's kind of like that heat and eat concept. And it's good.
Okay.
It's really good. And it's very accessible in grocery stores.
Very cool. Jordan, if people want to get in touch with you and learn more about Wildflower, fertility, and nutrition, what's the best way for them to do that?
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram at Jordan Langhough or visit my website at www.jordanlanghough.com.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us today.
Yeah, thank you.